I've never stopped believing in myself. There's a lot of people that doubt me, and I see there's a lot of experts all of a sudden that wanted to retire me or have retired me many times the last couple of years, but they gave me motivation to prove them wrong.
For the last few years, Novak Djokovic has heard the same conversation again and again. Not about titles, not about records, about retirement. At 38 years old, many people in tennis believed his time was almost over. Some said his body wouldn't hold up. Others thought the new generation had finally passed him. Slowly, the narrative shifted from how much more can he win to when will he stop. And Novak noticed. In a recent press conference, Djokovic admitted that a lot of people no longer believed in him. They were ready to move on, ready to see someone else dominate, ready to talk about him as a legend of the past, not a threat in the present. Instead of responding with words, Djokovic responded on the court. His semifinal against Jannik Sinner was expected to be the breaking point. Sinner had beaten him recently. He was younger, faster, and coming in with confidence. Many thought Djokovic wouldn't survive a long physical match. What followed was one of the toughest battles of the tournament. 5 sets, long rallies, constant pressure. Djokovic didn't look comfortable. He didn't look dominant, but he stayed calm. He managed his energy. He trusted his experience. And when the match reached the moments that decide careers, Djokovic was still there. He beat Sinner in 5 sets. It was not just a semifinal win, it was a statement. At 38 years old, Djokovic showed that he can still beat one of the best players in the world when it matters most. But that victory came at a cost. Before Sinner, Djokovic had already played Lorenzo Musetti, another physical match that pushed him hard. By the time the semifinal ended, Djokovic had spent a lot of time on court. He is heading into the final with less fuel in the tank than usual. That makes the challenge even bigger because now, waiting on the other side of the net, is Carlos Alcaraz. This Australian Open final is about more than a trophy. For Novak Djokovic, it's a chance to win his 25th Grand Slam title, a number no one has ever reached. At this stage of his career, every final could be the last opportunity to extend that record. For Carlos Alcaraz, it's history in a different way. If he wins, he becomes the youngest player ever to complete all 4 Grand Slams. At just 21 years old, he would already have a resume that places him among the greatest talents the sport has ever seen. Many people believe this is the moment where the new generation officially takes over. They see Djokovic's long matches, his age, and his physical battles, and they assume this is where it ends. But Novak Djokovic has spent his entire career proving that assumptions mean nothing. Every time people doubted him, he adapted. Every time people expected decline, he found another level. Every time someone tried to replace him, he pushed back. The win over Sinner reminded everyone of that. Now the question is simple. Does he still have enough left for one more match? Facing Carlos Alcaraz in a Grand Slam. Final is a brutal test. Alcaraz will push the pace. He will attack early. He will force Djokovic to move, defend, and counter for long stretches. And Djokovic will have to rely on everything he has left, physically and mentally. This final isn't just about winning the Australian Open. It's about whether experience can still overcome youth. It's about whether longevity can still beat explosiveness. It's about whether Novak Djokovic can once again silence the doubts. If Djokovic wins, the conversation changes again. Retirement talk disappears. The debate about the greatest of all time grows even louder. A 25th Grand Slam at 38 would be one of the most impressive achievements in sports history. If Alcaraz wins, a new era becomes impossible to ignore. The future arrives fully and the torch officially changes hands. Either way, this match will define the moment tennis is in right now. But one thing is already clear. Novak Djokovic was counted out too early. And once again, he has given himself a chance to prove everyone wrong. One more time. Who do you think is going to win tomorrow's final? I will be reading you in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like and subscribe for more. See you in the next one.